friends, welcome back to my channel. This is Liberty, and today I am going to journal the 3 books that I read for the month of July. Although I didn't read that many books this month, one of the books I read was well over 600 pages. The other problem I find is during summer, I find it more difficult to read books because I associate reading with being cozy and curling up with a blanket and just having some hot tea or something like that. And I feel like the summertime is just not a cozy time of year for me. Summer is not my favorite time of year, so I tend to read less because of that. I have mentioned this in one of my previous videos that I think I'm going to redo how I do my reading journal for next year. I realized during my setup a lot of what I do and put in my journal is very redundant. However, I didn't want to change my journal in the middle of the year. I just wanted to keep it cohesive and keep it nice, so I'm definitely going to change it for next year. I also did my book bingo wrong. I filled out the section a little bit unique, and I'm not quite happy with it. And I will keep this. I like to print out the covers of the books that I read. I think it's really fun to look at all the books that you read throughout the year. And my goal for this year is 50, and I'm almost there. So I'm almost reaching my goal for the year. Most of the stuff that I use in today's videos are from these 2 books, and I really love all of the images that are throughout these books. And this one especially, I got this on Amazon, and it has the most beautiful images and ephemera throughout this book, and I just find it very useful. What I found in here, and I was kind of surprised, they had a Jane Austen section, and one of the first books that I read for the month of July was Pride and Prejudice, so I thought that was going to be perfect for today's journal. Because I am really looking forward to fall, I am kind of going with a dark academia type of vibe for my first spread here. Actually, just for the cover for July books. So I really like the images of the books and library cards that I have throughout the spread. I thought the spread came out really cute. Sometimes I like to take a stencil and just add some texture to the page. It just makes a white page kind of pop a little bit more. I always think it's kind of fun. this card here, I just feel like I'm filling out some type of vintage library card, so I really think this is cute on this spread here. And this book here had some bookmarks that you could cut out, and they had one for Pride and Prejudice, so I thought that was a cool thing to find here. And in this book, I found the opening sentence of Pride and Prejudice, which is, "It is a truth universally acknowledged that a single man in possession of a good fortune must be in want of a wife." I know I'm a little late to the party about reading Pride and Prejudice, and I'll have to be quite honest with you, it is my first Jane Austen novel that I've ever read. It's not a timepiece that I'm drawn towards, and I wasn't really sure if I would even enjoy it. Not only did I love this book, I had to immediately watch the movie, which I also fell in love with, and I am now a fan like everyone else, and I completely understand why people are obsessed with this story. The second book that I read, and my largest book of the month, is The Toll by Neil Shusterman. This is the third book of the trilogy Arc of the Scythe series, and I'm not going to get into all the details. It's too much to unpack in this short video, but I absolutely loved this series so much. It's one of those books and series that I wish I could reread. It was so shocking and so good. And don't be intimidated by the size of these books. It is for young adults, so they are very easy reads, and the story moves very quickly. And I read this 650-page book in like a week, and that's fast for me. So it's so good, and I always recommend this to people. And the last book that I read this month is The Graveyard Book by Neil Gaiman. This is my third book that I read by Neil Gaiman, and I am a huge fan. I love all of his work so far. Essentially, in this book, it is really cute. We are following a boy. They call him Nobody, or Bod for short, and his family was brutally murdered. He ends up escaping and then retreating to a graveyard, and throughout the book, he is raised by the ghosts within the graveyard. And the cast of characters that comes into his life is very sweet. I really enjoyed this book. It's such a quick read as well, and I highly recommend this book, or anything by Neil Gaiman, honestly. Alright, those are the books that I read for the month of July. I hope you all enjoyed this short, however sweet video, and until next time guys, cheers!